So we were supposed to have auditions today, but the drama teacher, was like out of town and busy. And so she's like, I'm sorry, are you guys okay with doing auditions on Thursday? And it's like, yes. And then also one of the people who was supposed to audition never like was busy, and they let the teacher know that ahead of time. Um, but let's see. They let the teacher know that ahead of time, but it's like, oh, okay, gotcha. So I am reading through this and I'm like looking at it and I'm just like, oh my goodness. Some people were like, you know what, I would be good playing as the mom because the mom is like very expressive, emotional kind of person. And it's like, okay. And then I'm reading it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Because the mom is married. I mean, there's no kissing involved, thankfully, which would be so awkward. I mean, you know my age. This is a college that goes 2 years. Most of the people are here for 2, maybe 3 years, straight out of high school. So most of them are like 18 to 20. Just think of that. And I'm just like, that is so awkward. So like I am having to get over my feelings of that because like I tell people my age, telling people that, and then like having to act like this character while pretending that my husband is like around my age. So it's like, ooh, okay. So anyways, I hope to finish this and then also some other stuff that I need to get done. So yeah. Um, all right. Wrong one. Okay, so this is the bad scene. Bad scene character descriptions. This story explores the concept of a born killer, and of course, total fiction, and centers on the Penmark family. Rhoda Penmark, a young girl who appears to be the perfect child, polite, charming, and neat. Beneath the facade, I think it's pronounced facade. Facade. Beneath the facade, she is a high-functioning sociopath with no conscience, willing to harm or kill anyone who stands in her way. She always appears polite, charming, and perfect to adults. In reality, she is a sociopath who manipulates others and commits murder to get what she wants, including killing a classmate for a penmanship medal. Christine Penmark, Rhoda's beautiful, gentle, and empathetic mother. So this is the mom that they're like, I would be good with, and it's like, okay, that sounds fun. As she uncovers her daughter's true nature and crimes, she also discovers a dark secret about her own biological heritage. Her mother was a notorious serial killer. Her mental state unravels by the end of the play, leading to her attempt a murder-suicide to stop Rhoda. Everything will happen around, I think, 3:30. It's on the thing, it says 3:30. So yeah, be there 3:30 sharp. So in other words, I need to start heading over there by 3. That's from me. Okay, so character descriptions. Monica, the Penmark's wealthy, talkative landlady, and Christine's close friend, a self-proclaimed amateur psychiatrist, and she is completely charmed by Rhoda and remains oblivious to the girl's true nature. She absolutely dotes on Rhoda. Hortense Daigle, the grieving alcoholic mother of Claude Daigle, a classmate of Rhoda's who mysteriously drowned. Rhoda actually drowned him. She suspects Rhoda was involved in her son's death and confronts the Penmarks multiple times. Mr. Daigle, Mrs. Daigle's mild-mannered husband. Mild-mannered reminds me of like Clark Kent. Reminds me of Clark Kent. And grieving father of Claude. While he's having to deal with his own pain at the loss of his son, he's also having to try and cope with the way in which his wife chooses to deal with her grief, staying blind drunk most of the time. Yeah, and a few other. I want to be like a very emotional character. I went ahead and mentioned basically I don't want to be the main character. That's not my goal. I just want to audition and pretend to be a psychopath. Or a sociopath in this case. Simply because it's like, ooh, audition for the fun of it. Ooh. Because why not? So I went ahead and clarified with them on that. So yeah. Because it would be so much fun. Oh my goodness. And it says like 20s. I could get away with that. I think, okay. So, I would be, who would I be? So some of the things that, let's see. Okay, so it describes the set. So the only affection that is shown, because I was like, I'm having to hug someone who, or like if I end up playing this character, I'm like, I'm having to hug someone who's like 20. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyways, aside from that, I will get over it. Okay, so aside from that, okay, let's see. So the description of her is she is somewhat under 30, a very pretty, gentle, and gracious woman. So I'm going to be like writing out these descriptions. Also, because I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do with a character, with this character. So I'm like, this should be fun. For whatever reason, the heater, I don't know why, the heater keeps turning off automatically, even though nobody's touching it. I don't know why. So yeah, I come in and I turn it back on. Okay, so I think I'm gonna like write character descriptions on them. Christine. Just so that I can get an idea of what kind of person they are, so I can go ahead and do it. Under 30. So I'm going to have to really moisturize and lose weight. Actually, that is the biggest thing. Like I found if I'm skinnier, the younger I look. So yeah. 30. I'm excited. Devoted to husband and child. I'm like, okay, this feels like the life that I'm like, I want to live. And yeah, I do agree. Like, in order for things to happen just the way that they do, it takes like right time, right place, right everything. So yeah, okay. The kind of woman whose life is given meaning by the affection she gives and receives. Upon receives This is just a play. Okay, so I was totally wrong. My mind blanked out on this. So it says Kenneth is the husband of Christine. It says Kenneth kisses Christine, his wife, who has brought him his briefcase, and she goes into his arms without a word. Oh my goodness, please die now. Oh my, no. Okay, so I wonder if there were a couple characters in which the teacher actually had in mind to play some of these people. Because, like, I know there is one couple who's like, yeah, so I'm wondering if, like, the teacher can so there are ways to, like, stage kiss. What I mean by that is, like, maybe on the cheek, so that way, and then also have the man, like, the woman go into the man's arms and then turn around and then basically have it where they kiss each other's cheek. That would be fine. Like, but I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die, and like, just bury me inside a coffin right now. Okay, so anyways, I do wonder also if they may end up having a different character. Yeah, so I'm wondering if they'll have like, so again, there's a couple that's here, and I wonder if instead the teacher is going to have that. And from what I understand, there's now an even amount of boys and girls, and also there's plenty of people to play these different characters, whereas last semester they only had 4 characters that were able to play those characters. So I'm going to, like, if I do end up getting that part, I'm going to ask the teacher, can I do that? Because I'm going to, like, blush with embarrassment. Like, if I get that character, I'm going to blush with embarrassment and probably forget my lines, and, like, every single time. So I'll be like, yeah, I have just no. Okay. Let's see. They have said goodbye. So I'm making a note basically of some of the actions that I feel really uncomfortable with. I can do a hug. I will totally do a hug. Like, yeah. Okay. Let me get the part that I would actually be good at. That the teacher thinks I'll be good at. So yeah. They have said goodbye previously, but she can't let him go without another embrace. I shall, and then Kenneth, shall write daily to both my sweetheart, da-da-da. And then another part, she touches braids. So basically, by the affection she gives and receives, she's like touches like the hair and such. So yeah. And this roommate or temporary roommate that I have, it's a little bit different. I'm kind of like, where is she? Like, I want her here to be around her because I'm used to like the other roommate, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? This is okay. This is actually kind of what I wanted, where it's like I get some alone time so I can focus on my homework or like other stuff instead of being like feeling smothered, I guess. Like somebody's constantly needing my attention and affection when I'm just like, I'm so done with the lies and everything. So there we go. But yeah, I'm gonna write a thing on just different people's psyche, I guess. Okay, Monica, what part is she? And I explained to them, I'm like, I want to audition. I just don't want to be that part. So yeah. So Monica, she's outspoken. My back, I cracked it. All right. What else? Leroy. I like Leroy's character. At one point, she goes ahead and gets upset because she was hoping to get, where was it? Oh yeah, she threw a fit because she was like, yeah, this other character got a medal. And then Christine's trying to be empathetic. Understanding, like gently explains stuff. Oh yeah, so this play is, did not pull up the calendar. It's in April, so it's April 14th, which is a matinee earlier, and then April 15th and 16th, which I think will be around maybe 7 or so. So the matinee, it's earlier, and from what I understand, hardly anyone shows up to those. So it's like, oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, we will see. Those are the dates of the play. Yeah. But yeah, Leroy, he goes ahead. At one point, he's like disturbed by Rhoda's like personality or like who she is, because she's throwing a fit that she doesn't get an award. And so Leroy goes ahead and squeezes his sponge on her new shoes and then drops the sponge on the little girl's dress. So yeah, I was like, all right, Leroy. Here we go. Sorry, this is like the old way of like, one of the ways of like clapping. And then this is like, I was talking to someone, and what is that this means, all right, like, clapping, and this is like, I want more information. So yeah. There we go. I think it'll be fun. Um, so some of this, like, for a sociopath, like, some of this I can see it being unrealistic because part of it's like she has perfect behavior and all that. Because in this, like, I can see her not having perfect behavior every single time because it takes her time to understand and learn behaviors. So I think there would be, at least in her case, for a sociopath, more of an evil quality with her. So it's like she's showing amazing attitude all around, just perfect, except for maybe a little spoiled brat here and there, according to the play. But in this case, I'm like, yeah, that's just from what little I've read about sociopaths. I'm like, that's not entirely realistic. Sociopaths, you'll see, like, people will be able to see some kind of evil quality coming from them. Maybe at school, maybe something else, and then people overall can see it as they're growing up. So I'm just like, well, I could be wrong. I think. Um, you know how people say good luck? Instead of saying that, they say calm sea and prosperous voyage. So, So I am curious how they're going to do stuff on this. I think it'll be interesting for sure. But I think I'll have some fun. I hope. Fingers crossed. Anyways, so I just wanted to give you a heads up on this. I understand I can't share too much of what's going on, but I wanted to at least share with you some of the parts. I'm now on, yeah, so I'm reading some more of it. But anyways, I'll talk to you later. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about, and I'll respond as soon as I'll be able to respond tonight. I'm going to read this and then read some other stuff. So yeah, talk to you later. Bye. I love you.